Welcome back, traders, to today, the 5th of November 2024. Today is actually the US presidential election day, and as you all know, there is an all-day USD news, I think there too, and the market would move quite a lot. Hopefully, at least that is what we are expecting. And so, to that effect, I am going to have a quick rundown on, as usual, the CFDs, the indices, a few cryptos, and then we'll do the USD, which are the major pairs, and then do the JPY and some exotic pairs. So, let's begin. Gold. So remember I told you gold would go up to break the top again. So this arrow was somewhere here, and I told you gold would go up to break the top again. But when it did this, what I was expecting was to see a correction here, something very corrective, so I can buy. But it didn't happen, and it is appearing to be correcting to go down further. Remember also that we had this analysis this way before. We had it this way before, that this could be the top and this could be the low, and that is still open for the time being. And this could also end up being an expanding flat. It could also end up being some correction, very huge, but we'll know what it is as it develops. But for the time being, currently, this is what we have here. Gold is not going up, but it might make another low where we will have this. We'll have this move come, and then most likely we get this move coming down. So all you need to do is to keep your eyes on gold, because this move could be huge. You never can tell, it could be huge. So keep your eyes on gold. Let this go back up here. I'm on the 1 hour. Let's go to the 15. Let's go to the 15 too. It's coming up, so let's know if this is the one going up. Let it come out of here. It seems it's the one. Let it come out of here. Makes a flag for you. You buy it for this move and wait to sell it for this. So before I go on, I have to say this disclaimer: I am not a financial advisor. I only state things I see on charts and how I trade the market and the things I look out for. And this is nowhere a financial advice telling you to buy here or sell here. So you could hear me say buy, sell. That doesn't directly mean you should blindly buy and sell. Okay, if you need more financial advice, you can go get a professional who is certified, because I am only managing my own finances. I am not certified to advise anyone or tell anyone what to buy or what to sell. So when I say buy or sell, I am simply referring to myself and what I would do if the market does what I am expecting it to do. All right, now that that is out of the way, let's move on. Silver. So I've said what I'm expecting on gold, and I think that most likely will play out. So let's go over to silver, which is also doing same thing. Now for silver, all you need to do is wait for it to break out of this. I would wait for it to break out of this. I would wait for it to make a flag, which it will, and I would go for this move, which is this one. I would go for this move. So because he has given us 1, 2, it's going to give us 3. And once it does that, of course, we're expecting more downfall or more sales on silver. So I'm simply waiting for it to give me that, and we'll sell for that, and then we'll reanalyze this to see if this is the first impulse of the move coming really down. If we may have started this move, remember that move? Let me show you from the daily. Yeah, so if we have started this move already, or this one even, so maybe we have, so yeah, maybe we've started that move. We'll figure it out soon. Pretty soon we will. So I'm waiting for it to do what it has to do here. I may buy it for this. I may just wait for it to complete, wait for an impulse downwards and sell the freaking thing. Alright, let's move over to US oil. US oil is, like I told you the last time, that this thing could be moving quite up some more for this move right here, and as you can see, it's doing that really. Okay, so it will form a correction here, and this is a buy, but this buy may not go far. It could just do this and turn. All right, so I'm going to wait for it to form that correction there, and I'll look into the possibility of buying it or just leaving it alone. That's for US oil. So I was looking at this yesterday, and this seemed to be this, which is perfect. And remember, we have this. Okay, we have this, and we haven't gotten anything for that, and we could be making a correction here. And if we do this, it means we're going to do this here, and if we do that, it means we're going to come back for this at some point. So this move might not go far, so we're going to come back for this at some point and continue. So maybe when gold, silver would sell really hard, this one might just be buying upwards. So it could also be that this is the whole correction in the middle, and we're just gonna go up with this coming up and then come down for this at some point in the future. So just keep your eye on this, and if I see this happen the way I am expecting, if I see this move, then I'm gonna wait for an impulse, a correction. I might sell it, I might just leave it to complete what it's doing. This is a 15 minutes, by the way, but this buy is what I wouldn't miss. All right, so if you trade oil, you might want to keep your eye on this one and just use the information I have given you to better understand what the market most likely will do, and you can make your decision. Okay, this also can be a possibility here, so let's just keep it like this for the time being, and remember we have this possibility. Okay, but let's keep it like this for the time being. All right, I think UK oil is also doing similar thing. Yeah, so this was a buy, this was a buy, and this one didn't go far. So if you bought this here, and my stop loss would be here if I bought it here. So it went up, it came down, it started doing this. Of course, when I see this, I know it's more downward, so I'm going to close it for break even. US 30. And of course, you all know that I told you the US 30 would do this. I told you to expect this move, right? I mentioned it last week that whatever is happening here is not complete, and we haven't had this move yet based on what I've seen here, and we're going to get this sometime in the future. We're going to get a pullback, and after that we're going to it can't break this low, which is what has pretty much happened, right? You can see how wave analysis works, right? So now that it has happened and we have this out of the way, we also came down to break the low, formed an impulse on the 15 minutes, and we are forming a kind of a correction here, a flag. So could this be going up? It could. Let's take a look at the big picture. Did we just come down for this? Maybe, just maybe. I don't know, but let's put it like this for the time being. Maybe. Let's leave it like that for now. Okay. Let's leave it like that for now. This could also be, that move right there could also be a whole correction for more down move. So this could also be a whole correction for more down move. If it does this, we're going down, especially when gold and silver are going down. So let's keep an eye on this. All right, keep your eye here. If it ends up doing something like this, coming towards this low, I would wait for it to go back up, or I would wait for it to come here, make a flag. I'll reduce my risk and buy it to this stop. Once it moves out to this stop, I put my stop loss to break even and wait to see if it does this. If it does this, it should take me out somewhere around here, and maybe just with a minor loss. But if it's not worth it, I better wait for it to move up, come down, gives a flag, and we would sell. That is it for US 30 and NAS 100. So we have this impulse here. Watch this, look at this. Look at this, take this out. Look at this. We have this as the first move into this whole correction. Okay, so, and we got this. Sorry, we got this. We got this. We got this. We got this. Getting this right here. So this at some point will come down to about this low, or even break it, and we're gonna see this. So once we see this, I will look for an impulse correction and I will sell it. That is the view I am having here on NAS, and I'm gonna wait to see if we're coming for this move or for the bigger one. We're just going to wait and see. Okay, let's take a look at it. For, are we coming to complete any move? Yeah, could be this. We might be coming for this. We might also be coming for this, which are these two arrows here. So whichever one we are coming for, we'll figure it out pretty much soon. Keep your eye on this one. S&P 500. Seems in we might be coming for this, or maybe making a separate correction here. For this, we don't know, but most likely it might just be for this. So let's go back to the 1 hour and see what we have. All right, so told you last week that S&P 500 would do this and would complete this, but it seems it didn't do that. So this might just be a standalone correction, which we don't want to put it that way for now. We don't want it. And this might also have completed where we have a 1, we'll have a 1, and we'll have the correction in the middle. here, and then we have 1 2 3, so making it 1 2 3, correction in the middle, 1 2 3. So this might also have completed whatever it is doing there, but we just leave it open for the time being and wait to see what happens. Okay, but for the time being, currently this is what we have. This thing, instead of going up that quite much, which I think it might, this might just end up being an expanding flat or expanded flat, and it uses it to complete that move. So let's just keep it this way and keep the sales. Just what we're seeing here is that this will go back up, and you can even do this, come back here, do this, come back here, does this, making it complex here, and still do this. So keep your eye on this one. So I'm looking forward to seeing what it does before I know what to do. So German 30 is also coming down. I bought this, closed it somewhere here last week, and didn't really look at it yesterday. So it happens that this is a first impulse into a possible correction here, and now we're looking at seeing this completing what it is doing, and hopefully we get this to complete this. Hopefully it becomes a simple correction as that, and if we see that, of course, coming right after this, we are going to sell. So I would wait for a sell opportunity and jump in. So this becomes the impulse, the correction, the impulse, the correction, and we're getting another correction right there. So just keep your eye on it, keep your eye on it, keep your eye on it, keep your eye on it. Let's do UK 100. What is it doing? Forming a correction. So this one is one that I still think it's going to go up. I still think this one would do something like this. So when others are coming down, it will form a correction here and continue going up. That is an option. It could also be that this is a part of a possible bigger correction here. So we might have this come down here, and we might go down quite more. Then if we have that, we'll begin to take another look at what this thing is forming, because it could be that it is forming this, and this would come down quite some more into this before it gets this, and this might just be a flat fall downside, taking that shape instead of taking the other shape, which is this. Right, so this might end up being a 1, a 2, a 3. We might get a 4 here. We might get a 5, making an impulse, a correction, an impulse, a correction, an impulse, and once it does that, it comes pretty much into this, and we get this. It's still downside, so keep your eye on this one, and I'm keeping the options open for the time being. Bitcoin, where I told you that it will come down either for this move or for this, and it seems it is doing this, which is this, right? So here's the thing, I'm waiting to see. So it seems this is all the correction we're going to get here, which I also mentioned last time during my last update, which was, that should be on Friday. Yeah, so here is the thing. We made an impulse, we made a correction, we made an impulse. We're having a correction right here. This would most likely go back up for this. This is not going up to break the top again or to make a new all-time high. If you're buying this to do this, you're simply going to get hot. So this is just moving up to complete this, and after that it'll still come down. So I'm looking forward to seeing that happen, and this could also be a very profitable buy if you want to jump in, but I wouldn't jump in yet. Looks very interesting, could make some good amount of profit, but anyways, let me monitor it some more, maybe into the next hour, then I'll decide. And if it goes, yeah, it goes. I'll wait for the sales. Ethereum. So this is the one I am telling you that could come down, right? And if it does, then we'll begin to relook at this whole thing, this whole structure right here. Begin to look at it, and since it is really coming down for this move, so means this is all the correction we have for this. So if this pulls back here, if we have this pullback here, if we have this pullback which is coming now to complete this, then we're going to get some more down move, and getting some more down move means we might be coming for this low, which is not far-fetched. So we could do this, we could form another correction here, we could do this. Once that happens, this becomes a 1, a 2, and a 3, and we begin to look at this as a contracting flat in the middle that I have been talking about. All right, so now that you know what to look out for, make sure you make your own further analysis or seek for the help of a professional financial advisor before you decide. BNB, which is another one I take a look at. So told you it could be coming for this move, which of course you can see it is doing. All right, you can see that with your own eyes that it is doing just exactly that, because we already broke this top, and that's the only top we need to break. We don't necessarily need to break this. We broke this and it started coming down. Just a little move more, we're gonna get that. Just a little move more, we'll get this. See that? Let's take the measurement again. This is even longer, so just a bit more. You can see that, right? Just a bit more, we'll break this low. So once we break this low, here, it must not go to this point. Once we break this low, it mustn't go to this point. The only thing it needs to do is to break this low. Once it does that, voila, you have it. You have the move you are looking for. You could even go further, could go further down, but we have this move and should be anticipating for the move up. Okay, that's it for BNB. And the other one I do for you is Shiba Inu, right? Okay, on this one I also told you it did this, broke this top, and could be coming for this move. So keep your eye on this one too. Keep your eye on this, because this might not go far and it still drops. Keep your eye on this one and trade carefully. Remember, I'm not making trade calls for you. I'm simply telling you what I look at in the market and how I trade. And if you want to use that as a help or a guide to make better decisions in your own trading, good for you. But again, I am not a financial advisor, and you already know that. So that is it for CFDs, for a few of the indices, and for a few of the cryptos. And it's a wrap for this version of the recording. I will hop onto the second one, which is the recording of the USD or major pairs, and we'll move from there. Have a good US election trading day.